Hi guys, today's going to be a video talking about the 3D reality, your 3D circumstances, what you're seeing outside of the manifesting process and outside of how you actually practice law of assumption, which is the topic of most of my videos, giving you guys that step-by-step guide. Today I'm actually going to be talking about all those technically external factors, like physically external factors, and how to handle it, but also why actually doing anything about it is irrelevant. So if this sounds interesting and you'd like to hear what I'm actually talking about, then please keep watching and do thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. You'll stay up to date, it costs you nothing, and you will be one of the first people to see my new videos. I'm testing out a new method where I'm premiering? That doesn't sound right. But yeah, it's going to premiere all my new videos. So basically it launches at a certain time and we're all watching it together. So when you click on the notification or you get notified that that video is now live and premiering, then you can watch with me and I'll try and engage with you guys. I think it's a fun new feature for YouTube videos. So yeah, I've not tested that out before, but I'm going to try and use it more often. So keep an eye out for that. And you can also coach with me one-on-one. The details are on screen, and you can also become a member of the channel. I'm going to keep these intros relatively short because I do it in pretty much every video. So yeah, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, it's the cheapest way for you to engage with me on a higher level, where I engage with you with comments, responses, polls, a few video updates of, what I'm uploading, what will be the next video up, things like that every now and again. So yeah, you can take a look. It's only $2.99 a month, and now we can start the video. So the 3D reality is more or less reflecting your past beliefs and assumptions and those past circumstances that are projected into your 3D reality. So by that I mean whatever has been the case, whatever you believe or assume or repetitively experience. For example, if we're talking about the old story, because that's what you guys obviously are trying to shift away from, not having the job you want and, getting a rejection a month ago from the job application that you put in, versus, creating your dream job, your dream career path. The 3D reality maybe is reflecting that, that you had the rejection email, or you didn't get the job you wanted and some time has passed, and that's kind of the assumption you have now. And whatever it may be, I don't want to go on about old beliefs, but that's one example. For example, I just said that. You could also maybe with an SP, this is a very popular topic for most people, have, a lack of communication. Maybe your SP hasn't been texting you, maybe they broke up with you and you had some negative conversations with them in the past, let's say 3 to 6 months. Those are past beliefs and past circumstances. So that is what you're shifting away from. And it's being reflected in the 3D reality because you haven't yet changed those beliefs. That was the dominant belief, the dominant memory. It's in your memory, ingrained at the moment that on Tuesday, November 5th, this is what happened. That was a random date, but you know what I mean. Like, you will have the memory that these things to you objectively, factually occurred in your reality. So that is what is going to reflect and continue as an assumption, and your circumstances will reflect that. But these are all just the old beliefs, and it's just what is being reflected and mirrored out into your physical experience, your physical reality, whether it's conversations with people, seeing things happen, just the way you go by your life. Even literally strangers on the street will in whatever way reflect that and remind you of it. So it's just the past. It's not your present, it's the past and all the assumptions that have led to this moment being reflected out. Meaning in the future, even though time is not linear, in the future, a week, a month from now, whatever you start working on now consistently, that is what will start being reflected. So that's why essentially the 3D reality is so irrelevant, because what's being reflected now is based on your past assumptions up to this point. It's not some objective reality and factual experience that has to stay this way and that's just the way it is and there's nothing that could ever go against it, or you can never have an assumption that it's the opposite in your favor. Of course you can. There is nothing objective about your reality. People can change, their emotions can and will change if you focus on it. Your financial status will change if you focus on it. Everything will shift in your favor if that's where your dominant focus lies. So going into your imagination and the imagined state, the 5D, focusing on the visualizations, the words, and just the mental focus of your desired reality, that is what is essential. Not analyzing the 3D or saying, well, you know, Tom, Jenny, and Sally all said this about my SP, which means he's not committing to me, or, you know, she's not going to text me back. That's not the case. That's not how it works. So literally just your imagination, your mental focus, that's what's shifting and creating your reality. You don't need to worry about or do anything other than repetitively tell yourself that you already have it. Now, that's just for the manifesting process. I'm not saying never take any physical action and sit at home 24/7. Obviously, that's not what I'm advising. But when it comes to manifesting and applying the methods like affirmations, scripting, mental diet, a verbal rampage, that's what I mean when you don't need to do anything. So your main thing is literally just to keep mentally reminding yourself and convincing yourself that you have what you want. And it's your imagination that is literally shifting and shaping your reality. Even Einstein said that. He has a quote, "Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions." I love that quote, and I very much am fascinated in Einstein a lot more now that I know he has obviously a lot of ties to quantum physics and also manifestation in a way. Now, I don't know what his understanding or experience was with manifestation, but it ties into quantum physics. And yeah, there's a lot of quotes actually that Einstein has said, and theories that he's discussed, obviously, that tie into this. And that literally proves that there is scientific, logical evidence that ties into manifesting. And it's true. Your imagination is what is previewing what's going to happen in your near future, in the future for your life. So whatever you are focusing on and imagining and therefore visualizing, that's what's going to start reflecting in your reality. So whatever the present circumstances are, they are irrelevant. As soon as you take away your attention from that and take away your focus from those negative old story circumstances, your reality and physical experience and 3D reality overall just starts to shift. So how you go about your day, the things you see, the things you experience, the emotions you feel as well, just everything about your life, if you focus positively on a consistent basis, will continue to get more and more positive and in your favor. So the circumstances and everything will shift to conform to your focus. And of course, that means it's all temporary, so it's irrelevant, because there's no permanent objective fact. There's even quotes. There's one that I really like, that the only constant in life is change. And that's true, day to day, even if it's just small changes, like the weather's slightly different. The date, literally every single day of our lives, the date, it will never be the same. So everything is shifting in its own ways. So if change is the only constant, or, we can argue that change is always happening, basically. Let's just put it that way, because I suppose that could be a little bit subjective of a quote. If change is always happening, then this reality is temporary. Your 3D circumstances are temporary. So why worry about it? Why wallow in it and, get into this victimized state and just sit and try and overanalyze? But tomorrow morning, everything could change. If you just put your focus on new version now and the desired version of your reality, focus on that now, then by tomorrow morning, you could feel and see things differently. And of course, your beliefs take time to change. Your reality can take a little bit of time to change. I'm not saying a long time, I'm just saying a little bit of time. Let's not think that we snap our fingers and everything shifts. That's just not the way it works. Repetition is shifting things. As soon as you start repeating, movement starts to occur. So your beliefs can take time to change, but that means that your reality, moment by moment, day by day, and even hour by hour, is changing, is shifting. Whether or not you see the movement, things are happening. So that's why I always say consistency and persistence is so important. For some reason, that's not the case. It could be that you just aren't seeing the physical movement occurring, but there is movement somehow behind the scenes, and things will shift. You just need to have some patience and faith and keep putting in that work. Doesn't need to be tough or unenjoyable, but you do need to put in that work to manifest, changing from the old story, because if you're upset by your circumstances, chances are you're coming from a negative starting point. So putting in that work consistently is really going to put everything in your favor. But yeah, so don't panic or think that something's wrong. It could be that you're just not seeing the movement happening, or that it's subtly building up day by day. Maybe a week from now, you'll see amazing, like unbelievable movement happening. And focusing on what's showing up in the present moment is just irrelevant and unnecessary for you because it's not permanent. It is temporary. The circumstances are always going to shift, because we're not going to have the exact same beliefs for the rest of our lives, especially if you take the conscious effort to actually decide, you know, this is in my favor, I want the perfect relationship with SP, I want this money, I want this job, you know, I want to look this way, and you start manifesting it, then of course it's going to change. So none of it is permanent. So remind yourself of that and don't overanalyze it. Just try and enjoy the process. So that concludes today's video. That was a bit of a positive rant, a bit of one of my motivational rants. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye.